Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is me Sayyid Shujatullah, your educator. A very big thanks to this gentleman, Mr. Donald Trump, the American president of today. Why? Because he has shown to the world, especially to the India, how a multipolar worlds look like. What is the meaning of multilateralism? Especially to India, he has given a very big lesson, you can say, a very big takeaway, you can say. In the sense that with his blunt force diplomacy, it has been very clear at this point of time in geopolitics, in geoeconomics, in geotrade, who is your friend and who is your foe, you never know. That is what this man has shown to the world. That is what this man has also shown to India. So today our topic of discussion will lie around the world orders. Now the question here is, many of the students, many of the stakeholders who watch me, they actually don't understand the meaning of world order. Many of you may know it. I'm not doubting your conscience, but I'm just trying to tell who does not know what is the meaning of world order. So basically it is a term which is associated with world politics, where the order in the sense is that who is aligning with who is siding with who is against whom, which block is against which block is in align with which block. That is called as world order. In a very lucid manner, if I want to explain, it is nothing but how is the order in the world. Means a superpower, these countries, okay, this is two block. So the world order is bipolar. No, there is no bipolarity is there. This is a superpower, all of them are here. The world order is unipolar. What it is? I hope this is clear to you what I'm talking about and what is the meaning of world order. So today in our lecture we are going to discuss about special important concepts which are obviously helps you to understand the PSIR in a better manner. We'll talk about unipolarity and examples, bipolarity and examples, multipolarity and examples, and obviously at the end we'll also talk about multilateralism. These are the concepts that we are going to study. After that, we'll also talk about which polarity is good for the world peace and world order, a stable order, without any much unpredictability, without any much instability. Today, in the world, we are actually facing the very unstable world. Okay, we are facing it. We don't know that which country is siding with which country. We don't know that which country is actually helping which country. We don't know that which country is going to sanction which country. So we are in complete unpredictability and instability situation at this point of time. So we'll throw a light on this particular instability and unpredictability with regard to that. And we'll also talk about it is unpredictability and instability. Okay, right. After that, I'll get you through to from the India's perspective, means world order through India's lens, that we are going to talk about. Okay, so let us begin our discussion with regard to the concepts. The first and foremost one here is unipolar world. Means what? Means one country and all the countries are actually deriving their political, deriving their economic, deriving their trading, deriving their cultural exchanges from that particular country. This country is a powerhouse, is a center of what? Cultural exchanges, economic exchanges, trading exchanges, political exchanges. Then that is called as unipolar world. Do we have as such at this point of time? We do not have. Why? Because neither US is so big to have influence on all the countries, can take care of all the countries. Neither Russia is so well off to have the influence on many of the countries. That is a unipolar one. We do not have at this point of time in the world. Now let us go ahead with the bipolarity. Means two centers are there, two power centers are there, and many of the countries are actually deriving their political, their economic, their trading, their cultural, their customary, whatever the exchanges are there, with that two poles. That is called as bipolar world. Are we in a bipolar world? To some extent, we can say that we are in a bipolar world. Why? Because here we are having Russia, which is having good amount of influence in Asian geopolitics. And here we are having what? USA, which is having very good amount of influence on any of the areas, any of the sectors with regard to America, Latin America, and also the Western European countries. So to some extent, we are having what? Bipolarity. And this situation itself is called as bipolarism. Now let us also talk about what is the meaning of multipolarity. In multipolarity, there are 4 to 5 superpowers will be there, and in the 4 to 5 superpowers, many of the countries are actually deriving their whatever the cultural exchanges, economic exchanges from that poles. Then we call it as multipolarity. Now we are having what USA here, Russia here, China here, Japan here, Germany here, France here, UK here. So there are a number of countries are there which are actually superpowers, which are 5 in number, which are having good amount of sway, good amount of influence, okay, on many other countries. So at this point of time, we are living in multipolarism. Then what is multilateralism? Lateralism is nothing but two, you and us, like that. Okay, like India, Japan, India, US, India, Russia, India, Australia, India, Germany. This is called as multilateralism. Means as a country, we will have negotiations and collaborations with many of the countries according to our interests, according to the citizens' interests, according to our political interests, according to our defense and security interest. That is called as multilateralism. Multilateralism also include another concept where we are having what? Okay, relations in the form of international organization, in the form of BRICS, in the form of SARC, in which 5 to 6 equal powers will be there. Like in BRICS, we cannot say that we are having equal power with regard to this because Russia and China are there. But SARC, we are actually equal powers. All of us are equal powers in SARC. Okay, in that we are having a little bit dominant position, obviously. But at the end, this is more or so, they are not superpowers, but equal sharing powers. Okay, our relation with these kind of organizations and our individual relations with many of the countries is actually called as multilateralism. I hope the concept of unipolarity, bipolarity, multipolarity and multilateralism I have explained you in very much in note of it, important for all the examinations and also for the PSIR optional and also for any of the student who want to know about it. Now, another important question that need to be asked here is, according to international scholars, which one is more suitable? Which of the polarity is more predictable? Which one of the polarity is less unstable? That we need to find out, because we want our world to be having what? Greater peace, greater order, greater discipline, greater stability. We want that to happen for sure, right? Yeah. In that, if I tell you, the international relations scholars, they think that bipolarity is good, whereas multipolarity is not good. That is what they said. Okay, clear. Bipolarity is good, multipolarity is not good. That is what the international scholars have said. And they have given the reasoning to it. They said that in case of bipolarity, where only Russia and US is there, basically everything revolves around them. So we know that what actually they are going to do with each other, and what kind of sanctions they will be having on each other, what kind of negotiations they will be having with each other. Okay, so that is more predictable, more stable, like that the international relations scholars have said. Whereas in multipolarity, okay, that is what we are having at this point of time. We never know. India is against, like US is following a very blunt force diplomacy with India. But India is going ahead with FTA with regard to EU, European Union. But EU and USA are very, very janjagri, right or wrong? They are very close-knitted countries, close-knitted ideologies, right or wrong? Yes, so one powerhouse is here, European Union, which we are having very good connection. Another powerhouse is USA, which we are having very not so good connections. One powerhouse here, we are having Russia, very good connections. But with China, another powerhouse, superpower, which we do not have much connections. So many poles are there, we are in the midst of it. And all the superpowers we are not able to balance. That is the biggest challenge at this point of time. We are having, actually not we are having, Mr. Jaishankar is having the External Affairs Minister of our country. And I always believe this point that India is a very big country, very largest populous country. And our interests are very simple, that we secure the interest, security, safety of our citizens across the world. We are a growing, emerging country. We are having fastest growth rate with regard to GDP. Our GDP size in trillions is also increasing at a faster pace. With regard to FDIs, we are having top 5 positions. With regard to remittances, we are having number 1 positions. Many of the times, our skilled laborers are working across the world, giving us lots of innovations with regard to technology or mechanical. So what I believe is that India need definitely go for many of the countries to go for trades, etc. So and so forth. So I really believe that India should have two foreign ministers, one taking care of Asian politics, another taking care of Western politics. It is a must because alone Mr. Jaishankar in 15 years of tenure, if you have seen his track record, we have not achieved much. The only thing that I generally feel here is not his conscience or abilities, but I feel is that he is overburdened with the work that he's having because a person alone, Indian external affairs minister, handling superpowers, emerging powers, underdeveloped countries, and also taking care of humanitarian assistance, etc., so and so forth. So it is very difficult for him to manage the world affairs alone by himself. Even if you give the biggest team, also that's not possible because at the end it has to go from him. So I really believe that it is very important that India should look after what a external affairs minister minds. Okay, and we should also have an international affairs committee that again chaired by Prime Minister, and we do have what I say is that the both the external affairs ministers sitting down and trying to become a think tank and trying to solve the issues collaboratively. So that is also very important. Okay, that's my normal suggestion. Now let us go ahead with the India's perspective with regard to this particular complete multipolarism. When we see what India propagates, India basically propagates multipolarity. India has always said that we just go for non-alignment movement. We will neither align with this pole, neither align with this pole. So we generally say that yes, we are very comfortable. Okay, with dealing with any country, we want to have affairs with all the countries. Okay, irrespective of dominance, irrespective of like superpower state. So we believe in what equality. We believe in equal power sharing. We believe in equal say. We are a democratic country, the largest in the world as such. So India has always promoted greater fluidity. Fluidity is nothing but easily we can able to have agreements with any other country without any pressure from any other country with regard to the international affairs or sovereignty of the nation. So India has always promoted greater fluidity and greater choices with regard to international relations. There should not be any country who dictates us. Okay, that is what has happened recently when we are purchasing oil from Russia, and Russia is not actually stopping the war on Ukraine, and India is purchasing from Russia, and US is saying that India, please don't do that. We said that why don't we do it? Because we are an energy deficient country and we need oil. हमें चाहिए तेल. So हमारी country चलना कैसा? Okay, with regard to transportation, with regard to industries, those all we go off. So we need Russian oil. Already you asked it not to take from Iran, so we said okay fine, then you are saying not to. So what is this? So we said that's no sir, that's not possible. Then what the US did? US have put H1B visa hike, Chabahar port exemption gone, and with regard to pharmaceutical import duty 100% increase, other goods 50% increased, and just imagine that what kind of more steps he's gonna take on us. We are unaware of it. It's complete, unpredictable, and instable diplomacy that we are having on our hands with regard to USA. But it clearly says that this man has given us good glimpse of what the world order looks like. The world order is very simple. If you see that Russia and China are very good, Russia is investing in Pakistan, Russia is investing in India, Russia is having good relation with Asian politics, China is also doing the same thing, US is also doing the same thing. It means what? They are having greater fluidity, greater choices. India, China, US and China will trade, US and Russia will trade, but India should not trade with Russia. So at the end, it all comes to the interest of the particular nation. The nation's building, who are important to you. There's nothing called as close allies, there's nothing called as close foes. It's all at the end matters that what are your ambitions, what are your agenda, which particular direction you want to take your country. That's all is being matter at this point of time. If you see the scenarios here, okay, it looks exactly same that in a very unpredictable world, you cannot have predictability until and unless multipolarity exists. That is what has happened. Okay. So now, what should India do ahead? This is very important point. The key takeaways from this lecture. The most important key takeaway from this lecture is, in international relations, there are no friends, no foes. India should understand it as better as early as possible. The second one is, India is not able to balance the superpowers, the multipolar world. India is at this point of time very good with Russia and European Union only. That is, the trade deal has not been yet stuck. But India need to manage China. India need to manage US also in future. So balancing act is very important here at this point of time, which India did when the BRICS summit was called in order to criticize Donald Trump tariff war. India said that will not come into that. So we at that time have a very soft stand with regard to US. So India is showing that. India is showing that. Okay. Then in Shanghai Cooperation Organization also, India has actually said that we don't trade with people who are trading with terrorism. And India has asked for joint declaration in Pahalgam, which they have omitted, and we said that okay, we'll not sign it. So this year joint declaration with regard to SEO did not come up. So what actually it means here is India is not able to even manage the regional blocks that we are in. So it's very, very important whether we are able to manage with the BRICS. The BRICS have actually gone for the declaration of Pahalgam attack. So first is there's no foes and no friends in international relations. India comes first, rest all nation comes later. Third one is India need to have a balancing act with regard to superpowers, because you cannot be in two or one polar. Okay, you have to follow, if you are a non-aligned country, then you have to follow multipolarism. You need to balance the act. Fourth one is Atmanirbharta. India has to, as much as possible. Atma Vishwas we are having. Atma Riksha we have shown to the world that what we can do to any country that actually harms our security. So Atmanirbharta is very, very important, because it is, and to get the Atmanirbharta, it is very important that we should not look superpowers as our market of products. We should also go for and expand our businesses with regard to other emerging markets like Latin American countries. You're having African countries, you're having Australia, you're having Japan. So you have Central Asian countries, Gulf countries are there, which you are actually very good. So go for that emerging markets. If these 5 things we are able to do, and along with that, the one which I have told you, that division of international relations politics into 2 ministries would help us a lot in order to maneuver our balancing act. Okay, I hope this is all clear to you. Do join my classes, test series and mentorship. You will be more better off when compared to your competitors. The mentorship and the test series and the classes are very extraordinary and qualitative. You're gonna love it. All of that, whatever I teach you, whatever I guide you. So do connect to me as early as possible. Let us do it. Bye bye.